Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I want to revisit this. Now, I did talk about this in a previous video. I also kind of combined it with the Legion of Superhero stuff. Bendis basically writing Superman's history in its entirety. But I got the preview for this, and I actually got a comment telling me about this article in Entertainment Weekly. And I'm going to talk about that. I also want to talk about, so I deleted my post the other day. And I had posted about how I thought it was silly when you say you hate cancel culture. And then you have years and years of receipts from the very people that use cancel culture to their advantage. And I was actually thinking this morning, I was listening to Doug Ernst's stream from yesterday. And he's going through this, and these people are rewriting history in a way. They're trying to delete it. They're trying to act like Comicsgaters were the aggressors in most of these situations. Don't get me wrong. There are situations where they were the aggressors. There's no doubt about that. Especially as of lately with the pencils down thing. Like, don't celebrate somebody losing their job. I know you can celebrate, Gail Simone losing your job or this person. But as a whole, local comic book shops mostly are the ones that are affected. Thank God DC finally did come out and do the right thing when they're talking about, I'll move this up a little bit, returnability. And 4 months worth of returnability, like DC did good. I actually think that was fan-fucking-tastic. But it kind of made me realize that if you don't have sometimes those years worth of receipts, it's just your word against theirs. And now I get it. Like, I'll be the first to admit when I make mistakes. So by saying that, yeah, maybe I was being a little facetious. Yes, I am generally more optimistic than the average person. I want more than anything the comic book industry to go back to normal and do well. Hence why I initially joined Comicsgate until I kind of seen the behavior from the pros within Comicsgate happening just the same as they did with the pros when in the mainstream. That's basically why I kind of separated myself. But I'm looking at this from a standpoint, I'm like, it's very weird to me. Not only do the pros within the industry hate me, but so does the pros within Comicsgate. It's like, where do I stand? You know what? I don't stand anywhere. I stand where I'm going to support the good books. I'm going to support the ones that generally have, good fan interactions. I'm talking about people like Scott Snyder, Tom King, even though, I'm not even going to bring up his Batman run. But I'm going to support those people. Yeah, you can argue with me and say that Scott Snyder denounced some of the fans. He did, but I felt like at that point, the way it was worded was like, I have to do this. And then you have Mean Girl Heather Antos coming in saying, I'm disappointed it took you so long. Sorry, he has a real fucking life besides Twitter. This is the problem I've said so many times. Yes, there was, mild fights before, social media. Social media is what did this to the industry because you've got these woke takes and they think Twitter is real life. And that's a huge problem. And those problems lead to stuff like this. So let's talk about this. This is from Entertainment. I'm going to talk about, the interview a little bit. Oh boy, this is a joke. So it's basically about 15 to 18 pages of the introduction here. There's not a whole lot to point out besides stuff we've talked about, right? Except for when I did the video on that. I didn't realize that. I do want to talk about this here. So, when I did the video on that, I did not realize that they had made Bruce Wayne Chinese American, completely rewritten him. Yes, this is an Elseworld story, and I will tell you why it bothers me here in a second. This is Dick Grayson. This is Dick Grayson getting punched. Just thought I'd let you know that. That's Dick Grayson. What they did with this story. Yep, here we go. Here's Dick Grayson. Not even kidding. What they did with this story is they have... Do you remember when High Republic came out and they had the like kind of whiteboard with all of the little check marks, and they had like diversity a bunch of times. What they did with this was that exact thing. We need Asian, we need Black representation, we need gay, we need this, we need new stories, and they checked the boxes as they went along. I'm using my hands like you can see what I'm doing. Here's Asian Bruce Wayne. Oh, you know what? I don't care. Like I said, it's an Elseworld story. What they could have done if they would have wanted to do these right was take Bruce here. Normal, playboy, billionaire Bruce Wayne. Young, you want to put him in high school? Fine. Take him. Do a Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Miles Morales type mentorship. Take him. You know, there's a lot going on right now in Hong Kong and Wuhan. So why not take that situation? Somebody being maybe encouraged and inspired by Bruce, and make him, you know, like Miles is. Why couldn't you have done that kind of a story instead of changing literally every character? Not a single one of them is the same. Not only that, but he's Chinese, right? And I can't even take credit for this. I'll put the link in the description. Jean Gentry, and if you ever watch her videos, she's fantastic. Smart lady. Pointed out that this is not Chinese, this is Japanese stuff that they put in here. So the person wanted to do a self-insert, but yet doesn't know anything about the culture that they grew up with. Like, okay, I guess. So basically we're going to go through here, and he gets kicked out of this private school. The whole thing is the narration is done by Selena Kyle. And I should say Selena Kyle, but how about I tell you her real name? Selena Garcia Kyle. Now, as he gets kicked out, and they go through, you know, the art's not awful. It's very kiddish, but again, we're talking about a YA story here. So we're going to get an introduction to Joker, and he's hot, and apparently he's a drug dealer. Okay. He's 17, Selena's 16, and Bruce is 18. I think that's how they are. I may have them. Regardless, Selena's 16. We're gonna get into consent laws here, which is so weird that you would want to battle that. I get it. I think when I was 15, my boyfriend was 18, so I get it. You just got to be really careful there. We get this, you know, awesome Joker. He's doing something right here for Selena, but even so, like, it's all very weird to me. What I want to talk about is a few things within here. Now we're going to get this backstory of Bruce, right? We all know Bruce's story, right? We know how he grew up. Except for now he didn't. This is his mother, and her name is Masha, I guess. Masha Dean became Martha Wayne. Why she would change her name is ridiculous. She was the richest family, and Alfred is going to be her brother. And that's not even why that matters. But they went to see Madame Butterfly, which, again, and I can't take credit, thank you, Jean, is Japanese, not Chinese. So all of these things they're trying to put in here don't make sense. I don't get it. Oh, boy, this is ridiculous. And then, okay, I want to show you one more thing. I want to show you Alfred. Yep. Alfred is, the gay flamboyant uncle. See what I mean by every single checkbox. So, when I was looking at this, I decided to go through my other YA novels, because I've said it in the past before. There has been, I've got about all of them. I think I do have all of them, to be honest with you. I may be missing some of them here and there, but for the most part, I have read every single one of them for the sheer entertainment factor of it. Tidebreaker, Mirror Tidebreaker, didn't really have a big agenda in it, and that's in Legacy. Well, yeah, it did. Okay, that's the only one I can say that hasn't. So what they're doing is they're pushing this agenda really, really hard, indoctrinating children to their beliefs. If you want to read something that is geared towards children, as a child, obviously, you have to read this. and you have to absorb their agenda. Like Ignite, Black Cherry Ignite is full, and I'm not even kidding, full of feminist propaganda. Then when you look at another one, Breaking Glass is absolutely the same. Not only that, but it's got a huge LGBTQ agenda. These are all Elseworld stories. I get it. If you're going to do this, why can't you just simply... Is that the last page? Okay, so yeah, here we go. Selena Garcia Cayo. If you're going to do this, why can't you separate the two? What would be the harm in having this agenda-driven content simply exist in the YA, even though I would not let any child read it? It's ridiculous. Why can't you have it in here and then leave the comic books alone? Now, DC is better generally than Marvel. But, you know, it still exists. I just reviewed Wonder Woman and how bad it was. I've talked about these things in full. We're getting Justice League Dark telling us anti-smoking shit. Like, I can't. Like, I'm so frustrated with it because it's something that I've enjoyed for such a long time, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying being hated by every side of the coin. Why do I do it? Now, I do cover other stuff on my channel. Apparently, I got told I was like a TMZ YouTuber. I cover stuff because it's close to me. I cover the domestic violence situation with Amber Heard because it's close to me for certain reasons. I cover comic books because I love them. I cover things. Every single content I pick out on my channel is because it relates to me or interests me somehow. I never, have ever once covered something because it was popular. If I did that, I could have done that very easily. If that was my game, I could be covering mainstream media stories right now. Not only that, but I could be covering, I could very easily, if that was the case, just to get subscribers, I could turn my camera around right now. That's not my game. I want to talk about things I enjoy. That was a rant. I shouldn't even have talked about that. That just is like not me at all. But why can't at this point, the point that DC is at, the hill they have decided to die on, they need to realize they can separate these two. And they can go, okay, apparently that's all little Zoom. But they can separate these two. And if they want to do it that way, that would absolutely work. That would absolutely work. But you know what? They won't listen to me. They won't. They'll just they won't tell me how much they hate me. But the only one that's been, two, Jimmy Palmiotti and Scott Snyder have always been extremely nice, gone out of their way to accommodate me. They are absolute dolls. But, the rest have gone out of their way to tell me to fuck off. Same with Donnie Cates, Andy Corey, Mark Russell told me how bad my reviews were. Like, these people don't like me. Gail Simone did the same thing. So, I'm not trying to make these videos to do anything other than to help the industry. I'm not trying to make these videos then to do something more than what I love. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to. It's my passion. And I want to do it because I love it. It's therapeutic in a way because my whole day is spent treating patients. Now I can turn around and I can do something for me. And that's what it's always been about. But will they listen is the biggest question. I don't think they will. I think I'm just pissy today. To be perfectly honest with you, I am just so fed up with the BS. And when I went through last night, I couldn't sleep. I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, this one's really bad. And that's when I found this. So then I start going through the other one and I'm like, my God, is there a single graphic novel out there right now without agenda? I found one. Even Wonder Woman Warbringer was like that. Even Batman Overdrive, like every single motherfucking one. And I was just like, why? Why? What's the point? I have no logical explanation to why this is done except for a self-insert. And that's basically what she goes over in her article. She wanted, Bruce Wayne to be Chinese because she was. Do you realize how stupid that is? Like, that is the dumbest reason. The best reason is because it would further the story. It would further the narrative. It would do a good job giving a new spin to a story. It doesn't do a good job. You changed everybody's ethnicity except for Joker. And you know why? Because he's the white guy and you can blame everything on the white man. Like, come on. I've heard this story before and I'm fucking over it. Like, get a fucking clue at this point because you're losing customers. And I have been a customer for so damn long. And I dropped off a little bit during the New 52. I've been a customer for so long. If you're losing somebody like me, you've already lost everybody else. Get a clue. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry to rant, like I said, with everything going on in the world right now with the big bad bug, I have been beyond stressed and sometimes ranting helps. So I appreciate you listening. Make sure you hit that like button and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Subscribestar and Patreons. You guys literally make this channel possible. Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris C, Dave Ross, David L, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Sanjuro, Jeremy Burtz, Joe Bustify, Kato Round, Magical Exotic Diamonds, Mighty Pauls, Mike Buckner, Robert, Steve Glasker, Timothy French, Alice Matt Films, Alexander Trapp, Way Else One, and Troy Reiser. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like on the way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.